Hey guys, Zoeb here from OneGlanceTrader.com, and in this video I'm kicking off my brand new series called the No Take Profit Experiment. Now, for those of you who've been following my stuff, especially when it comes to trading EAs, I like to trade with no stop loss. Now, I understand and I appreciate all the challenges and issues that come with trading without a stop loss, and what I've decided to do is actually flip that on its head and do an experiment of running one of my EAs, but instead of having no stop loss and a very small profit target, is to have a very small stop loss with no profit target. Now, the reason why I do this is because I want to try it rather, is when I've been doing these kind of test demos with EAs and things like that, eventually the EA gets into a lot of trouble, and then ends up either not being able to recover, or I've got lots and lots of open trades that are at massive losses, or end up blowing the account. So I really want to give this a go. I've got no idea how it's gonna play out, but you know what? Let's just do it. I'll show you what goes on live, and then we'll kind of make a call out of it, and whether or not having very high risk to reward ratios is definitely or reward to risk ratios rather are the best thing to do in terms of trading Forex or any type of financial instrument. So one thing I want to show just to hone in the point of what I mean. Um, I ran a strategy tester on one of my EAs, and what you can see here is I can't remember the currency pair. I think the period was about 6 to 7 months. Um, this strategy tester results basically shows what typically happens with no stop loss systems. So in the example I had a 5 pip take profit and no stop loss. And as you can imagine, it ticks along, wins a lot of trades, and then you start having open loss trades. So therefore, this is your equity line, um, the green, and your balance line is the blue. And eventually, as time goes on, your losses get astronomical and therefore end up either margin calling or blowing your account. So that's typically what happens. Now, there are ways to kind of interact this in some of my other journals you've seen around getting involved, taking extra trades, closing out trades, and overall kind of, you know, equity or a portfolio loss, which therefore you're still up overall. There's many ways to kind of counteract that. But this is for something of an EA where you don't want to get involved, you just want to let it set and forget and try to make consistent money every day. So the system does make consistent money. As you can see, it went from £1,000 all the way up to nearly 1800 £1,900, so need 80-90% return. However, you've got all this open crap effectively that is causing your equity to actually decline as your balance increases. So what I did is I made little adjustments to the inputs, and what I did is I moved the stop loss to 5 points and move the take profit to 0, or to not have one. And as you can see between the two graphs, you kind of have the opposite effect. Now, so obviously you do so many trades and you have so many losses, and then as time goes on, you have open trades that continue to make profit, and eventually this system for this period got as high as just under, I don't know, 1400, probably 1300 maybe, in terms of it peaked equity curve, or in this case the equity curve went all the way down to 0 at some very low points. At this point, one of the other highest. So if you look at all the times I was in profit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times in profit, with the high being nearly around 1400. So therefore, you could have closed out at this point. You don't know it was the highest point. It could have gone higher. And to be fair, most people probably would have closed out here, closed on all their trades, and therefore reset the account around 1300, around 30% return. But the question is, you've got to have balls to have this system, because again, imagine you're down this period here. Let's just say you're 4 months in, and you're actually down by, you know, £400. Let's say your equity's at 600, right? So this is the point that I'm trying to make, is even though this looks good and wow, I could have got to 1400, is you probably wouldn't, you either would have given up with the system, or yeah, you probably just didn't even, you know, think, oh, the system's not profitable, etc., etc. But this is, the more and more I learn this, the more and more this is what trading is. Trading is you're going to have a lot of losses, and therefore you're going to have one or two trades that not only make up for all your losses, but give you a profit at the end of the year. So this is something I want to try, because I've never really actually done it. I normally lean towards this system, which does have its issues. You know, like I said, I do try to make it work by doing other things to complement this type of stuff. However, this is the type of thing I want to have a look at to see what goes on. So what I've done, the good news is I've already started this. I've started 2 days ago, you know, on a demo account. So this is my VPS that I've got loaded up. What I want to do is, if I can actually select this. You've got a lot of trades open. So I've got a lot of profitable trades. Here we go. That's what I wanted to do. So I started with the account of £5,000. Again, just started with a random number. The balance, as you can imagine, I've had a lot of losing trades. If I go down to account history, a lot of trades being lost, as you can see, because I've got a very, very tight stop loss of 5 points. And my balance is down to 4,924, so nearly £90 worth of losses. However, I've got £32 of trades that are in profit, giving my actual equity curve around 4,956. So in theory, if I closed everything out now, I'll be, you know, £45 roughly into the loss. And then if I go back to this bit here, so technically I'm now going down this curve with like a little blip, so I'm around here somewhere, in terms of my journey of doing this. And you know, I could start with something going straight off the bat, or something how I've done now is technically not doing very well. But this is something that I want to continue. I want to continue with. So this EA takes multiple trades on multiple currency pairs. No, it takes multiple trades on the same currency pair, so it's not just one trade per pair. It does open multiple trades. So if I look at one that I've probably got a lot of trades on, Aussie JPY as an example. So if I bring this down, I can quickly show you if it will let me. Over here you can see that I've got a number of trades here that are all sell trades, all going in the right direction. So the aim is that these trades will stay open for a long time. It will continue going down, and it will continue making money. So and again, if another signal comes in, it will take another sell trade at the same time. Now again, I've kept the system very basic. I've completely changed my philosophy upside down. I can test around different stop losses or stop loss pip value, or change the number of open trades that I allow per trade to optimize. But for now, it's quite raw. I've got no idea how many currency pairs this is. It's probably about 12, 13 currency pairs I'm running it on. And that's why I've gone with the £5,000 account. I don't know if £1,000 account, due to margin calls and things like that, would be enough. So I've just gone with 5,000. I just want to see where this takes me. Day two into this, I could close out all trades at about a £50 loss at the moment, but I'm going to stick with the system, and hopefully, from what I've seen with the no stop loss kind of demos and trading journals that I've done, eventually I start getting into very big trouble, and that's what I'm hoping to happen here, but the other way around. So some of my open trades will start making big momentum gains, and then will hopefully uh, start to see my equity curve go above the 5,000 into profit. And if and when it does go into profit, I then need to make a call on what do I do. If it gets to 5,500, do I close out all the trades that take that £500 equity, or do I just keep going because that can multiply into £1,000, £2,000 profit? So again, that's the bit, is when we actually get to that phase of, oh, definitely the wrong one. When we get to these type of areas over here where these red lines are, I'll have decisions to make in once, and like I said, if I get there, we'll find out how it goes. So yeah, that's the opening view of my experiment. Like I said, I call it the no take profit experiment. So make sure you subscribe, put the notifications on. I'm doing regular updates on this. Again, this is 100% hands off. I'm not getting involved in anything. I'm just letting it go. I'm just going to let you guys just see what happens, and hopefully it does become profitable, and maybe then we can start tweaking, start playing around with a few ideas in terms of how we can make this a bit more robust into an actual trading philosophy or a system. But effectively, it is just a very high reward to risk kind of system. And that's pretty much the fundamentals of it. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. Give your views, comments, and let me know what your thoughts are. I shall see you in the next episode.